After that, I wish that everyone can still meditate on their commitment. Their commitment, because we have a war that has imposed on us. And today, more than ever, I think that all the forces fighting must understand why we are fighting. And I often tell the commandos to be able to explain to the men why we are fighting. We are not fighting because we want to fight. We are fighting because we have been attacked. We have come to impose a war on ourselves. And why have we imposed this war? I think that everyone must understand it because we want our land with us. And it has not started today. It has always been the case for Africa. At the time of slavery, we deported many Africans. The Bravali, by the way, those who were at the age of procreation. We deported many, they died, and we emptied Africa. Then came the time of colonization, when they deported us. They massacred us. They massacred our ancestors. They killed as many as possible. Africa has been colonized several times. And today, more than ever, it is a new form of colonization. And why does Africa suffer so much? Because we have riches that interest the imperialists. And I think that everyone must understand it. If you are able to put yourself in the front line, to fight to the ultimate sacrifice, as we say, it means that you understand the meaning of your commitment. You have come to defend the nation, to protect this land that our ancestors left us. The Devons wrote us the hymn. And I think that when you listen to the hymn of Burkina, it starts with against, because they opposed several forms of colonization. Burkina is against humiliation. We are against any form of domination. Burkina is against neo-colonialism. And that is all you need to understand. To understand that they wrote the hymn to oppose a certain number of facts in this world. And they defended this land and they leased it to us. And our duty is to fight and defend our lands in order to lease them to our children. Today we are fighting, but not necessarily for ourselves, but for our children. Who here does not love their children for those who have children? Everyone loves their children. If a danger should happen to a child, the father prefers to take the risk of sparing the child. It is to say that the father prefers to die so that his child survives. So we are fighting today for future generations, to lease them better lands so that they can live comfortably. So there is no reserve in this fight. We will oppose everything that these dominators want to impose on us. And you must continue to fight for that. Listen to our hymn. And it should give you more motivation. Commit yourselves because, as I often say, Burkina is very rich. Today we have grown effectively in the armed forces, in the interior security forces, and in terms of equipment as well. We have made a lot of effort. But where did we get these resources? Understand that there was wealth that was poorly managed. And there is even more. Because, as some people think, or at least can imagine, there is no bank where you can take a loan to pay for the armament. There is none. You don't borrow in this world to pay for the armament. If you want to arm yourself, you must use your own funds. But in the recent past, we were projected, but we were not armed like that. Very far from that. I think there are many elders here who have experienced the same thing, who can advise the youngest what we lived only yesterday and what we live today. And that should give you motivation to fight, and that is very important. Fight for your lands. Fight to make a better Burkina for the generations to come. Fight so that we can exploit our resources decently and that it benefits us. We have launched several initiatives. Our parents in the village are more or less happy with everything we do for them in terms of agriculture, because our population is mostly agricultural, for everything we are doing in terms of road infrastructure to be able to move around. But all this is with our resources. You look at the images of other countries. You would like your country to look like the developed ones. Do you think it is impossible? Well, it is possible. I told someone 2 years ago, I said, among others, even hospitals for animals are often better equipped than our hospitals here that treat us in terms of equipment and everything. But what are we going to do to be at this level? Well, we are going to catch up and surpass. This is what led us to launch programs to be able to build modern and equipped health centers. There is no reason for us to stay behind. It is to say that everything we do, there is a possibility to do it. That is why we do it, and we will continue in this direction. Those who have the chance to go on an internship abroad, who take pictures in Burkina Faso, it is possible here in Burkina Faso, and that is what we are going to do so that you can live comfortably and well. But for that, you have to fight first. That is why I said you have to meditate on your commitment, listen to our hymn, and fight. You are very brave, very combative. But often, there are these attitudes, especially the use of mobile phones. Those who will show themselves unable to change. To drop the phone during an operation, we are going to chase them away and punish them severely. Because we will not allow someone who is addicted to the phone to endanger the lives of others. Can you imagine? You are in detachment on your position. Good soldiers show the detachment focused on their position. They finish, they go down, they have to rest. And a saboteur returns to his position with his mobile phone on TikTok or 1xbit until the enemy approaches, attacks, and the good soldiers can die in their position. Do you want to see the letter in our ranks? Then we will chase them away and we will punish them. I have already instructed the military chief to identify as much as possible those who have this addiction who cannot separate their phones. We are going to chase them and we are going to punish them because what they do is criminal. We cannot tolerate that. Certainly we are aware of it, but we cannot tolerate it. Look at the little phones. That's just to call the family who may participate in the court that judges the terrorists can contact them. Whether it is in the court, whether it is the terrorists that we take in combat as prisoners, whether it is those who surrender, all unanimously tell us that they managed to succeed in certain attacks because of the excessive use of the mobile phone of our soldiers. So if there is not this awareness to get rid of it, you will surely see people in prison because they put the lives of others in danger and cannot separate. Anyway, it is quite clear that there is a note from the military Air Force that forbids mobile phones to operate. After the phase of awareness comes the phase of repression. We are not going to tolerate that people put the lives of others in danger. A soldier belongs to the army. You do not belong. You do not have the right to do what you want. You do what the army wants. So everyone must be able to pass the message so that this phenomenon can be fought. If I say it with insistence, it is because it is quite serious. It often annihilates your courage, and it often leads to the loss of a good fighter because he was at rest, and a false fighter made the enemy approach and attack him, and find him not ready. So fight this excessive use of the phone, and pass the message as clearly as I pass it to your comrades and to the soldiers of all classes. Pass the message as clearly as possible. And those who are toxic in the ranks because they are also intoxicated by the appetites who are outside and who continue to fight Burkina on social networks and through the media. You have to be very careful. When someone tells you that he is a terrorist, he is a terrorist. Do you want to be terminated? He is a terrorist, so we have to fight. There is not a single solution. Burkina will not negotiate with its enemy. We are going to fight, and we are going to win. This is the only thing that can prevail. There will not be a single ounce of negotiation with anyone. Without our land, if we attack, they will die on this land. We will not let go of anything, absolutely nothing, not even a square centimeter. So I wish you to continue to prepare, to always remain alert. Even if you are not in operation, you have to remain alert, because at any moment you can be in operation. You have to prepare for combat, and this war must not last long, because we will do everything so that the fight regains a certain intensity and annihilates this enemy. Congratulations to all the forces that are fighting, and I wish you to continue to cooperate with the civilian population because it is very, very important. We did not necessarily know this love between the army and the civilian population years ago. It was not easy. It was a small fight. We did not finish in the maquis in the neighborhood. But today, the army and the population are united. And this is the essential factor of the success of operations like this. You have the information as it should be. You are morally supported, you are psychologically supported, so there is no reason to have a bad mood. You have to continue to cultivate this love with the population, continue to help them, and continue to participate in uniting them too. Because our past of a few decades of bad politics has helped to weaken our different social pushes, to divide people often on subtle issues. And your role is also to contribute to the unity of the civilians. It is easier for the civilians to execute what you are telling them. So everyone, as much as you are, must be an ambassador of peace and cohesion for our civilian brothers. Continue to play this role too, to take advantage of these moments of love between us and defeat politics. And you have to contribute to this, because the military is not just holding the gun and running to kill. No, you are trained beyond that. If you defend our country, it is because there are all these values that you embody, and that you must be able to exploit to unite your civilian populations. Good training, and you are tough, and you must pass. For those who are on the ground, I wish you very good luck in the operations and continue to squeeze the different forests to seal off any infiltrations. Continue to protect these populations who only believe in you, who only count on you.
que vous revenez sains et saufs.
May God accompany you in your different missions.
Construire notre Burkina que nous le souhaitons.
May God protect you, and may the country or death come to us.